Welcome to the Magic Cavern's 50th anniversary gala. I was deeply humbled when the owner, Steve Parrish, asked me to headline tonight. Now, I could tell you the importance of the cavern, how it holds a special place in my heart. But instead, I'll show you. And my fans know that I'm not a magician. What I do is blend dreams with reality. But sometimes those dreams become nightmares. I'm gonna take you down into a nightmare world envisioned by a great Italian poet. This is Dante's Inferno. Dante visioned hell to be made up of 9 circles of sin. Waywardness, lust, gluttony, avarice, greed, heresy, fraud, violence, and finally, treachery. This platform represents that final circle of hell. What I do is real, and tonight you will see how real, as neither me or Ashley will be tested. Tonight it will be one of you. Who amongst you is willing to take up this ultimate challenge? I'll do it. Yes, sir. Your name?
Felix Barkley.
And are you pure of heart?
You'd have to ask my wife.
Sure, many of you recognize Felix Barkley, financial guru, philanthropist, and known around the cavern as a skilled amateur magician. Now, this is very dangerous. You certainly wish to take this ultimate test of your faith.
I am.
Very well. We'll see you on the other side. Spirits, bring me what I need. This is the world's most powerful crossbow. And I can assure you it's authentic and deadly. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be firing this bow directly at Felix Barkley's heart. As you can see, my assistant Ashley has manacled Felix to a stake. Just as he turns his fate over to the spirits, I too give myself over to their power. Spirits, if you find Felix pure of heart, then release him from his manacles. But if you find him impure, guide my hand. Show me where to aim and I'll fire this bolt through his heart. It is time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now for the moment of truth. Did the spirits allow Felix safe passage? Or did they damn him to the 9th circle for all eternity? Let's ask the man in the front row. Bring the lights up. Someone call 911!
Adam, you up? I'm late.
Yeah. Sorry, it's a late night at the club.
Sorry, it's Becker. Gotta go. Hey.
Morning.
Okay.
Aren't you forgetting something? Huh?
Cute.
Aren't you forgetting something else? Hmm?
Okay. I'm here. What's going on?
Yeah, I'll let Deb tell you. He's a bit excited.
Okay. So this is going to be the coolest case we've ever covered. Why, you ask? Because this brings us into the world of magic. Magic. It worked when I was in the washroom.
All right, I got you, buddy. Last night there was an incident at the Magic Cavern. The magician pulled a volunteer from the audience to use in a magic trick using a crossbow, but the volunteer was killed.
Okay, well, we don't investigate accidents, so is there a reason it got kicked up to IIB?
I can give you $250 million of them. That's the estimated value of the victim's estate. Corporal.
Oh, right. This is Felix Barclay, top investment advisor. This guy's made a lot of money for a lot of people, but he also gave back to the community. He chaired on a number of foundations and sat on a lot of boards.
Including the Magic Cavern board. Apparently he was very hands-on. They say that he lived for magic.
Sounds like he died for it, too. What do we know about the magician?
That would be Dante Blake. This guy's like a remix Chris Angel.
Drug problems, criminal record?
He's clean. The only thing criminal from what I hear about Dante is the size of his ego.
Actually, Dante told Metro that he had performed the illusion correctly and that pulling Felix Barclay on stage had been carefully planned and rehearsed earlier.
So what went wrong?
Equipment failure.
If I fired a crossbow into some rich guy's chest, I'd blame equipment failure, too.
Well, Metro Forensics didn't find any obvious signs of tampering, so they reached out to the man who designed and built it. Thomas Vaughn. This guy's at the top of his game. He has created some of the most spectacular illusions today. And he just landed on the red eye from Vegas.
Well, Barkley was a wealthy man. He must have had enemies, right? Maybe some of those enemies had deep pockets. Made it worth Dante Blake's while to take him out. Logan, this will be a perfect test of your face reading skills. Why don't you bring Dante Blake in? See what he's hiding.
I think he was being nice to me.
Maybe he's starting to finally appreciate your value.
Felix was a good friend and a skilled amateur magician. He organized the gala, and it was his idea to take part in the illusion. He was one of our most distinguished members.
So the Magic Cavern is a private club as well as a theater?
Yeah, my father founded the cavern in '64. Magicians are a special breed. They need a place to call their own. As an amateur magician, Felix felt at home here. And he was deeply invested.
Do you mean financially?
Well, I'm the majority owner, but he held a stake, yeah. But more than investing money, he invested heart, soul. The cavern will die without him.
Are you worried about the future now that Felix is gone?
No, our financial state is good. He made sure of that. But his voice will be missed on our board.
Does he have any enemies? Someone from the financial world?
Felix made his clients a lot of money. I mean, his clients loved him. So did we all.
Thank you for your time. If we have any more questions...
You can find me in my office.
Great, okay. Well, Thomas Vaughn, the designer, is here. We're gonna want to speak to him, see if he knows what went wrong with Dante's Inferno.
Good. I can handle Dante myself.
You sure?
Yeah, you heard Becker. He wants to see what I can come up with.
Okay.
Good luck.
Happened last night was a terrible tragedy, but I had nothing to do with that man's death.
You fired the crossbow that killed him.
Yeah, but he was supposed to be free from his restraints and down a trap door at that point, okay? The equipment failed across the board.
And when you checked the equipment before the show, nothing seemed wrong?
Yeah, well, I just give this stuff a quick once-over. It's my assistant Ashley. She tested. That's her responsibility. She should have been all over it. Not my job, not my job. Do you understand? My agent was this close to finalizing a deal for me in Las Vegas, all right? This close. And then last night happens, and it all just goes away. Poof.
Yeah, last night a man died. You seem more worried about your career.
Yeah, well, let's just say there were 2 victims last night. Because I'm done. It's over.
Can you think of anyone who'd want to see you fail?
Yeah, plenty of people. Practically every magician I know, they're all haters. Mulaney must be laughing.
According to my intel, you've got a problem with a guy named Malini.
Mulaney.
You broke the oath. You stole from Dante.
Yeah. Something go down between the two of you?
No, not at all. In fact, Mulaney's not really even worth talking about. Look, if you don't mind, I've been up all night and I could use some sleep, so...
Hundreds of illusions I've created, and never, not once, has one of my creations failed.
Until last night.
No. My illusion did not fail. It is virtually foolproof. Here, I will show. Come here, you. You will see these manacles. They are very real. And they do lock.
And how do I unlock them?
You don't. Like everything else in this world, this illusion is computerized. I'm assistant, and I have a tiny remote. When I pull around the curtain, and the illusionist gives me all clear, I am to simply press this button, and platform spins, manacles open. All of it automatic.
Call it automagic.
No, I would not call it that. And then when the prisoner is freed, he, quick like bunny, goes down trapdoor into a little room below. Down below stage is where real magic happens. This is where we house gears and mechanisms that run illusions above.
It's hot as hell down here.
As it should be. It is near ninth circle of hell. That is joke. It is near furnace.
Has Metro been down here?
Yeah, they took a look, but they didn't see anything out of the ordinary.
Here. This is what I want to show. This is the motor that powers the illusion. When you push the button, the motor spins the platform, yes? But all it takes is something like this nail to jam the gears, which stops platform from spinning. Which means manacles won't open, and poor Felix takes bolt in chest like this.
Nothing seems to have been jammed in there.
No metal dust, no stripped gears, no scoring. But we know for certain this apparatus was sabotaged. But how? Yes, this is very puzzling.
It's almost as if it was done.
Don't say it.
Now that I've captured the apparatus in high res, Alex will render it as a three-dimensional model using photogrammetry so we can run multiple simulations.
I don't understand half of what you just said, but that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, neither did I.
What about you? What did you get from the magician?
I don't think he did it.
Why is that?
Killing Barclay's the worst thing that could have happened to Dante. He just lost a big contract in Vegas because of it.
Besides, I don't think he'd know how to sabotage the illusion if he wanted to. It's his assistant, Ashley, who tests all the gear.
Good thing we're talking to her next. I had a unit bring her in.
Oh, Dev,
You know about a magician named Malini?
Yeah, he used to perform at the Cavern all the time, but he's really fallen off. Why?
Well, I think there's bad blood between him and Dante. I got a read where Malini was calling him a thief. Might be worth looking into.
Look, I run a thorough safety check 30 minutes before showtime. I checked out perfectly. And then I went to makeup. I suppose somebody could have got to it after my check while I was in my dressing room.
Ashley, can you think of anyone who'd want to kill Mr. Barclay?
No, he was a lovely man.
you knew him well.
No, not really. Still have the diamonds he gave me.
All right, Ashley, you shouldn't lie to us. We know that you and Felix were having a relationship.
He took me out on a few dates. And this is before he was married. I mean, he had a thing for the assistants. Particularly my best friend Samantha, who became his wife.
Samantha Barclay works with you?
Not anymore. She quit to focus on charity work. She's an amazing woman.
You guys stayed close even after she married Felix.
Yes, why not?
Best friend marries an ex-boyfriend. Things could get complicated.
Well, it didn't. Kids know we're having an affair.
Okay. I think that's all for now. You're free to go.
Okay.
So it turns out that we were just speaking to Felix's mistress.
I thought he was a real Boy Scout.
Yeah, me too.
When a cheating spouse is killed 9 times out of 10, there is one person responsible. Still such a terrible shock. Mrs. Barclay, we have reason to believe that your husband was murdered.
That's impossible. Who would want to kill Felix?
Did he have any rivals or enemies that you can think of?
No, he didn't make any enemies. He was just busy making people rich.
And your marriage, everything was okay?
Of course.
Did your husband know Dante's assistant, Ashley Green?
Why do you ask?
Well, we have reason to believe that they were involved.
Sorry. That's ridiculous.
Well, like he didn't know. He never suspected a thing.
It sounds like there's something you're not telling us about.
This has been a tough 24 hours. I'd like to go now.
Yeah, we understand. You're free to go. We had it wrong. Ashley was having an affair, but it wasn't with Felix. It was with Samantha.
Victim's wife and the magician's assistant. What's the connection?
Samantha and Ashley are sleeping together.
Oh, If Felix knew about the affair, maybe he threatened divorce. That would give Samantha enough reason to get rid of him.
Well, that's motive. What about means?
Samantha was a magician's assistant before she married Felix, so she has the skill set.
Maybe she got Ashley's help.
It's a good theory. Run with it.
I already have. Ashley's on her way up.
Okay. Oh, one last thing. Who copped to the affair? Was it Samantha or Ashley?
Neither of them confessed.
So how'd you guys figure that out?
Well, through a series of deductions, face reading, body language.
Look, I'm still struggling to understand your technique here, so I wonder if you just walk me through it.
Okay. When I asked Samantha about Ashley, she started playing with her wedding ring, which I noticed was a bit loose. So she probably takes it off frequently. That leads me to believe she's probably having an affair.
Okay, go on.
I asked Ashley about Samantha. She touches her suprasternal notch. It's this little notch here, little dip between your clavicles.
Okay.
It's a spot people touch when thinking about their lovers. So put those two reeds together, and voila.
Thanks. That was very helpful. Thanks.
Awesome.
Suprasternal notch?
Yeah, I pulled that one.
Well, I think Becker's genuinely trying to understand your technique.
I just don't like being put under a microscope.
Yeah. Let's go talk to Ashley. Suprasternal notch?
Samantha told us about the affair. She told us everything. Where you two would meet, even what she got you for Valentine's Day.
God. Oh, baby, I love it. Thank you so much.
It's a nice ring.
Why didn't you tell us?
I didn't think it was relevant.
Tell us about the affair.
Well, I knew how I felt about Samantha from the moment we met. But I just dated men up to that point, so I was confused and kept my feelings hidden. We became best friends. I was even her maid of honor. But I just got to the point where I couldn't stand lying to myself. You know, I had one too many drinks one night, and I told her how I felt. And amazingly, she felt the same way. It was a liberating moment for her, too.
If it was so liberating for her, why didn't she tell her husband the truth?
She was planning to, you know, she's working her way up to it.
Right, but instead she just decided to kill him.
Why on earth would she do that?
Well, if he found out about the affair, he would want a divorce, right? And their prenup states that an affair nullifies all claims, so that's why she killed him, and she probably got your help to do it.
Okay, that's ludicrous. Look, I liked Felix. I would never want to hurt him.
Oh, but sleeping with his wife is totally fine.
I think Ashley's telling the truth. She didn't kill Felix Barclay.
Okay, well, Samantha's still on the table. She had means, motive, and opportunity.
Hey, got Miles Mulaney in interrogation. Wish I could be there to observe, but I got this thing with the superintendent. Have fun.
Keep you posted.
Yeah, see you in the morning.
Thanks.
Please excuse my ignorance, Mr. Mulaney, but what is it that you do exactly? Are you a magician or a mentalist?
Mentalists are magicians. Let me show you what I mean. Tired eyes, drumming her fingers, impatient, smudge where she wants to spit out. You have a new baby at home.
Is that so?
Sergeant's back. Trapezius. She's angry, bitter. Significus major. She's disappointed. Trying to hide it. I'm sorry about your disappointing news. I'm sure you deserve that promotion.
Okay, we're not here to have a show of your powers, Mr. Mulaney. What is your history with Dante Blake?
Brief.
Rumor is he stole your secrets and sold them to another mentalist.
And he made enough cash from his larceny to buy new illusions from Vaughan and strike out on his own.
Do you hate him?
Well, I never sent him Christmas cards. He's trying to read me, give him nothing to work with.
Let me ask you something. What is the ninth circle of hell in Dante's Inferno?
Never read it. I'm more of a Milton fan.
The ninth circle of hell is treachery. I mean, that's kind of perfect, isn't it? Seeming as you wanted revenge on Dante for being a traitor.
You're wasting your time. knows I was below stage.
No. I know you were below the stage. What were you doing down there?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You wanted revenge on Dante.
You're grasping at straws.
He broke the magician's oath, and you were gonna make him pay. So you went below the stage to sabotage his illusion.
I was nowhere near the cavern that night. Hate to disappoint you.
We have a witness who saw you at the cavern that evening.
You forget my extraordinary powers, Mr. Logan. I know that you're lying. There was no witness.
Then how do I know that you had a Phillips screwdriver and an LED pen light?
Anyone could guess that. If you really want to convince me, you need to be more specific. The devil is in the details.
Okay. I'll tell you exactly what you wore that night.
Do tell.
Blue work pants, black gloves, a watchman's cap that was rolled up about an inch, brown leather boots with white rubber soles. Like you said, the devil's in the details.
Who did you study under?
I'm not a mentalist, Miles. This isn't about me.
Well, let's make it about you. Marionette lines around mouths, masked sadness, deep loss, heavy tempo, see childhood trauma, separation from parents, hand over hand covering a deep secret. I see that you were taken from your mother at a very early age. Or did she leave you? Either way, you have a secret that you're very anxious to protect.
Okay, that's enough. I got it. We're done.
You're free to go, Mr. Molini.
It's been a pleasure.
You okay?
Yeah. And that was intense, being inside of his head while he was inside of mine. I could see him looking at me like a jumbled piece of modern art. And he did a number on me.
Becker, I thought you were with the superintendent.
It got postponed.
Oh, well, good news. Molini's looking good for the murder. We'll start building the case in the morning.
Good.
It's late. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Good night. Got somewhere you need to be?
I can make time if it's important.
It is. Let's take a walk.
What the hell?
I was in observation. I saw what you did. There's no witness that saw Molini at the cavern, but somehow you knew he was there. You knew that he had a Phillips screwdriver, that he had white soles on his boots. You knew the color of his gloves. There's no way that you can read that in someone's face. That's impossible.
There is a science to it.
Oh, just shut up, please. I heard what you said to McCluskey. It was intense being inside his head when he was inside your head. I know what you're doing. It's got nothing to do with science.
Okay. Then why don't you tell me what it is?
Why don't you just read it in my face? You tell me.
I know your head must be spinning right now. Clyde had a tough time with it too, but in time he accepted what I do and what I bring to the table. Look where he is now.
I'm no Klein.
Okay, so Becker knows your secret.
What can you do with that information?
Well, he can fire me, he can reassign me to another unit, right?
You know what worries me is, what if Becker takes it upstairs?
You think the brass would believe him?
No. No, I mean, he would need solid evidence, and we've covered our tracks.
No, Dev's right. What if he could take this upstairs? What if he could convince them that I'm able to do this thing? What would they make me do?
Let's not sound the alarm just yet, okay? I'll talk to Becker tomorrow once the dust has settled. It's gonna be fine.
Thanks.
I have to go.
Can I get a ride?
Yeah.
You know, the truth is, Becker still blames me for Charlie's death. And that anger is what's fueling this.
Maybe so, but regardless of his issues with you, Becker still needs to recognize your value to the unit.
I hope so. I hope you're right.
Becker,
Yep.
we need to talk about Toby.
Oh, this is a conversation we should have had weeks ago, huh?
When? On your first day? You would have laughed in my face. I know it's hard to process, okay? I've been there. But now you know, so let's move forward.
Move forward. Who else knows about this?
Myself, Klein, Dev, his best friend Oz, and his girlfriend Tia.
You do realize that what he does tramples all over many of the protections built into the legal system, right?
That's why we use his gift judiciously.
Well, I doubt that the legal community would see it that way. If they ever found out about Toby's ability, they would want to rip open every single one of the cases that he's ever been a part of.
Our casework is thorough, okay? We back all of Toby's reads up with solid evidence.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I challenge you. Go through any single one of our cases with a fine-tooth comb. You will not find one piece of unsubstantiated police work.
Hey, guys. Dev and Alex want to show us something. It's important.
All right.
Good conversation with Becker?
Yeah, I'll come around.
This is a 3D rendering of Dante's Inferno. Using photogrammetry, we ran the apparatus through several simulations to test Vaughn's theory.
And he was proved right. The gears could have been jammed using a 10mm nail, but a metal nail would have left telltale signs, such as metal dust or scrapings. The only rational explanation is that the object wasn't metal at all.
So we tried other objects made from rubbers and plastics and various types of polymers.
And nothing worked. Finally, we wondered if the object wasn't made from an inorganic compound, but rather from an organic substance commonly found on a magic stage. Dry ice.
It worked. This is brilliant. This pellet is strong enough to jam the motor, but not so strong as to strip the gears.
Which would account for the lack of scrapings and metal dust.
And there's a freezer full of dry ice pellets not 10 feet away.
See? Already it begins to sublimate. Within seconds, it will vanish into thin air, leaving no trace.
Solid theory.
That puts a timeline restriction on the act of sabotage. The killer had to be standing right here beneath the platform, minutes before it started turning.
Well, we know Malini could have been here at exactly that time. Everyone else was either on stage or in the audience.
You are making assumption. You're assuming that everyone who was present in the theater was actually present.
What do you mean?
I have only an idea. Let me work it out.
Inside, outside, switch. 2 places at once. Girl to gorilla, Pepper's ghost.
Well, give us a call when you get something.
So according to my calculations, the dry ice would have completely sublimated within 5 minutes.
So that means the killer was under the stage during the show. That takes Dante Blake right off the table.
And Ashley, who was on the stage with him the whole time.
What about Samantha Barkley?
Well, this is a view from a closed-circuit camera that's pointing from the stage. As you can see, Samantha never leaves her seat.
Which leaves us with Malini, who wasn't at the gala. Now, I got a feeling, actually, I got a read from Malini, and it puts him beneath the stage looking up at Dante's Inferno.
Corporal Clark.
Sir?
We need to bring Malini for interrogation. Send a unit.
Copy that.
Becker, do you have a minute?
Yep. Proceed.
I see you've been going over our case files.
Yeah, they're solid. They're all backed up. Evidence, and eyewitness accounts, confessions. Can't fault your work.
So, issue resolved, right? We can move forward.
No. No, I don't think that Logan can remain a part of this unit.
This unit has one of the best solve ratios in the entire country. You don't think the brass will have something to say about you shuffling Toby out?
I don't think the brass actually know who Toby is, and that's a good thing.
You sure this has nothing to do with your old partner, Charlie?
You don't want to go there, Michelle. This is not about Charlie, it's not about the past, it's about the here and the now, what we are doing as a team now.
You sure about that?
Working with a mind reader or a psychic or whatever it is you call him, that's risky. If this ever gets out, it comes back on all of us big time.
Well, I didn't get into policing to have a career. I got into this to make a difference. And that's exactly what this unit does. You know, because of Toby's ability, we've been able to solve crimes that never would have been solved. To give closure to victims who never would have had it. That's what we do here in this unit. So if you want to be a part of that, then you need to get over your issues with Toby.
Vaughn was taken out by a single gunshot to the chest. Emmy puts the time of death at approximately 9:45.
Witnesses?
The cleaner upstairs heard the shot and called 911. By the time Metro got here, the killer was long gone.
What about surveillance?
I already checked the tapes. There's nothing. Seems our killer knew what they were doing. Didn't really leave us anything to work with. Even picked up the shell casing. But they didn't check Vaughn's body, because if they did, they would have found this. Piece of mylar. It was tucked inside Vaughn's coat. Also found some matching fragments against the wall.
I read Vaughn. He was thinking two places at once. Girl to Gorilla and Pepper's ghost. You think you can do anything with that?
Yeah, let me see what I can do.
Yeah.
Malini knows his way around the building, and he knows how to cover his tracks.
But even for someone with Malini's skill set, this is a risky move.
Maybe he likes toying with us.
But why kill Vaughn?
He knew Vaughn was onto him.
In cold blood, it lacks a magician's flair.
I don't know, maybe you're overthinking this. You know, we have Malini waiting for us in interrogation. Let's see if we can get him to crack.
My powers of perception tell me that you, Sergeant, have already decided that I'm guilty. But I get the feeling that you, Mr. Logan, aren't so convinced.
Where were you last night at 9:45?
I was working on some new material.
No, you weren't. You were drinking, alone. So you've got no alibi for Vaughn's homicide.
Your alibi for the night of the gala didn't check out either. So you're looking good for 2 homicides. You have no leverage here, other than the truth.
I've told you the truth.
No, you haven't. We know you were below the stage at the gala. What were you doing there?
I was below the stage, yes. But not at the gala. I was there the night before, at 5 a.m. I broke in, I took photos, I made notes, I drew diagrams. I took exactly what I needed.
It'll follow.
I was stealing Dante's secrets. I wanted to do to him what he did to me, and sell them to another magician. When Dante sold my secrets, my act became old hat. I can't get booked anymore. I have an ex-wife and 2 children to support.
Why didn't you tell us this before?
I was ashamed. I lowered myself to his level. I broke the oath. I can never forgive myself for that.
My reads backed up everything he said. I don't think Malini killed anybody.
I'm with Toby.
Well, for once I agree. Where does that leave us? No suspects.
Okay, guys, I have something that I think will turn those frowns upside down. I think our killer was a ghost. Pepper's ghost.
Pepper's ghost. I got Vaughn thinking about that.
Check this out. This dude is John Henry Pepper, okay? He perfected a technique in the 1800s that changed magic forever. If you line up a mirror or a sheet of plexiglass or mylar and angle the light just so, you can morph objects into each other or make them appear or disappear. Okay, Pepper's ghost has been used in illusions for hundreds of years. Even today, the same principles were used to resurrect Tupac at Coachella. So,
where are you going with this, Corporal?
Well, Vaughn found a piece of mylar at the back of the auditorium. I did forensics on it, and what I found was it's a specialized form of mylar specifically designed to reflect holograms. Okay, so a projection at the right angle would make it appear as though the killer was standing at the back of the house.
But in fact, he was beneath the stage at the exact moment sabotaging the trick. When he was done,
He went back to his original spot, and no one ever knew he was gone.
Exactly. Now, so who was at the back of the house? Okay, let me show you a camera angle from the stage pointed at the audience.
Steve Parrish, the owner of the Magic Cavern.
But he loved him like a brother. Why would he kill him?
That's the $250 million question.
Guys, I might be high on cheesy poofs, but I think I found something. I found an email trail between Parrish and a real estate developer. It seems Parrish had the developer lined up for a sale. Lucrative, too, but then it fell through. In an email, Parrish alludes to a heavy hitter on the board who blocked the sale. And this same heavy hitter is referred to as FB.
Felix Barclay.
Parrish is the majority owner. Why didn't he just push it through?
For a sale, Parrish needs the unanimous approval of the board.
And Felix was the chairman.
Well, apparently, Felix had been making noise about having the cavern declared a heritage site.
Now, once a building becomes a heritage site, it's almost impossible to sell. So maybe Parrish thought he had no other choice than to get rid of his friend.
So we can establish motive, means, and opportunity, but that's not enough.
Well, we've gone over the forensics, and there's no witnesses, no video surveillance, no physical evidence linking him to either of the murders.
Without solid evidence, there's only one way to convict. Confession. We gotta hit him with everything we got. Hope he cracks.
Parrish is careful and calculating. He's going to be a tough nut to crack.
If he thinks he's talking to us, but what if he's talking to a ghost?
I told you this was gonna be the coolest case ever.
Stephen, it's Miles Malini.
Malini? Do you know what time it is? Can't this wait till morning?
What I have to say won't wait. I know what you did to Felix Barclay and to Thomas Vaughn.
I'm hanging up.
Then I'll have to call the police, and you'll spend the rest of your life rotting in prison. Now, I suspect that your freedom is worth a lot to you, so I'm prepared to hear an offer.
I'm not saying another word on an unsecure line. We need to meet.
Perfect. The cavern in an hour. Don't forget your checkbook. You think he bought it?
We'll soon find out.
Let's just get this over with, Malini.
What's the hurry? You worked very hard to make this happen. Now's your chance to get some kudos.
I don't need praise from a washed-up mentalist. Just get to the point.
The point is, I know what you did. You used Pepper's ghost to make it look like you were in two places at once. Nicely done, Stephen. Who knew you had such a sleight of hand? But please, tell me, why did you kill Felix Barclay?
Who said I did?
Oh, come on, Stephen. Don't be coy. The very fact that you're here is an admission of guilt.
You'd think a financial genius like Felix would recognize that the land beneath our feet is worth millions to developers. I've turned down dozens of offers over the years, but this last offer, once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing.
So he didn't want you to sell, and used his power on the board to block it. And Thomas Vaughn, you were just covering your tracks?
I did what I needed to do, and it's over.
Not quite. There's the matter of compensation for my silence. I hope that you've thought long and hard about how much your freedom is worth to you.
It's worth quite a lot.
Drop the gun now!
Put the gun down, now!
Let's go. Come on.
You do realize we never would have closed this case without Toby, right?
I'm aware.
Good.
Thank you, Miles. We owe you.
And I know precisely how you can repay me. I've been thinking about your mentalism technique. I can't figure out how you do it, and it is driving me to distraction. What's your secret?
It's very simple. I'm psychic.
I understand. A magician must never reveal his secrets. But give me enough time, and I'll figure it out.
You got it.
Did some good work in this case.
Thank you.
You know, I'm not comfortable with your ability. But I'm willing to let you continue working for the unit.
Good. I'm glad. Being a part of this unit is very important to me.
Okay.
Just one more thing, Becker.
Yeah.
You don't have to like me, you don't have to be my friend. I just need you to respect what I bring to the table.
I can do that.